Hi, my name is Joel Wanasek. I'm a producer, mix engineer, and guitarist. I've been playing guitar for about 20 years and recording it for almost 12 now. Guitar is my main instrument of choice. I've spent more hours playing a guitar than I probably ever want to admit to anybody, but it's definitely, my instrument of choice and the one that I'm the most passionate about. Joey's been a very long time friend of mine. If there's a guy that ever came from, a basement or a garage or something that made it all the way and has sold millions and millions of records, it's Joey Sturgis. We and I were sitting and talking about just guitars in general, and we're like, why don't we do something with guitars? Why don't we make something that'll make people's lives easier? And they can get better guitar tone with less fuss. And that's kind of like how the concept for this product started.
Joel has an incredible ear for guitar tone, and I tend to have a very high standard in tone quality and production. Because of that, we were able to come up with what we think is the best collection of cab impulse responses for the v30 speakers.
This product is going to allow you to do a couple of different things. The first of them is that it's going to take 20 plus years of experience that Joey and I have spent slaving over mixing and trying to get great guitar tones and learning how to mic up amps and playing with all kinds of different combinations, and condense that down all into something nice, small, and easy where you can flip through a couple of presets and get something that's going to be mix ready and is going to sound great right off the bat without a lot of headache.
We wanted to create something more than a normal raw impulse response. So we took our time to carefully craft mix-ready impulses that would give you a more polished sound than what you'd come to expect from a regular set of impulses. Instead of creating hundreds of options that would most likely never get used in a production, we decided to focus on the best sounding options we could create, so that each impulse response really has its place among each other.
A lot of different impulse products on the market, they're just cut raw right off the cabinet, and they're great, but the problem I have with a lot of these impulses is they're not necessarily conducive to producing, and that's not a slam against them. The products themselves are great and there's some really great sounds, but when you have to flip through 700 presets to find one good one, that's what I kind of wanted to try eliminate. And Joey and I spent a long time just talking about, how can we make this where you click and every single one of these sounds good. You have a smaller pack of just high quality stuff that's going to sit in the mix and it's going to sound incredible the first time you use it. The first thing in the chain, aside from the microphones and the guitar amps and the cabs, is the mic pre. The microphone preamp we used is the Neve Portico, and the reason I like it as opposed to say a 1073 or an API is it's got the great mid-range characteristic, but it doesn't sound boxy or boomy. And every time I record guitars on a Portico pre, I feel like the guitar cuts into the mix better. The next thing we used is the Shadow Hills mastering compressor, and I have a very unique all Class A 1 of 50 in the world version of this. And this compressor is stunning because I feel like everything you run into it, it just adds this halo to it. Whatever goes in always comes out sounding better. That really, to me, makes the price of admission worth it. The next thing that we used was the Manley Massive Passive Equalizer. Whatever instrument you're running it through, it's like pushing the gel button, just makes it sit right and sound finished. It sounds awesome. The last thing that we used is the Burl audio converters, and to me, they are the most musical, most 3D, and just astounding, stunning sounding converter. They sound huge. The low end is super tight. The top end is open and rich and smooth, but not harsh. It just sounds like no other converter I've ever heard.
Impulse responses are becoming more and more useful every day, as producers are required to reamp entire albums and make mix recalls quicker and more often. Due to how that shift in the workflow is taking place, I think you're going to see a bigger demand for impulse responses that can perform and deliver a sound that works much easier in the mix. I believe we have filled that role with this product, and I think our users are going to appreciate what we've created.
It's important in music to really take out the left brain stuff. Capturing an artist's passion and capturing the magic of the song, the less we have to sit there and compare a 57 to a 58 and the different frequency response curves and, where we place it on the cab and all that nonsense. And should I move it a quarter inch more to the center? Too bright. A little bit more off where the dust cap meets the cone. Who's got time for those debates in today's environment? It goes way too fast and it takes a long time. And Joey and I wanted to sit down and really make something that was going to be easy and make your life even easier so you can concentrate on what's really important, and that's making this song, So you're like, click, click, click. Oh my God, now that's awesome. Thanks, Joel. Thanks, Joey.